I mean, you're saying, oh, in our society we have people who have committed a murder and people who are normal. Therefore, what do you want? I think it is ridiculous to suggest that in today's India you need to leave because you want a lower tax. A, B. Piruz said something very interesting. He says there they pay 5% tax, so if you reduce the tax, let me tell you, greed has no lower side. It only has a higher attractiveness. You make it 1%, these rascals will still want to save money by fleeing to some Dominican Republic or the Caribbean or hiding under a cave. So I have no empathy and sympathy for them. They are nothing. They are pseudo-nationalists. They have bled this country for too long. They have now chosen to go to different pastures because Narendra Modi has tightened the screws as he must. Number one. Number two, there is greater compliance. There is better ease of business. We are a fine country without crooks surrounding our ecosystem. So I'm delighted. And Piruz, you and I are both part of this thing. CII, FICCI, blah, blah, blah.
Arnav,
Today, even the chambers of commerce have come to this agreement that what the government is doing the right thing. Now, I finished my answer. Now you ask Arnav the next.
Can I come in?
Yeah, you can, sir. Go on, Piruz.
Arnav, see, I will give you an example. I don't want to talk like a politician. I'm not. Let me tell you as a finance person, if I have a global income, if I set up a global company in Singapore, I end up paying 17% tax. 17, mark me correctly. If I end up opening a global company in Dubai, I pay 5%. I'm not talking of Cayman Island. I'm not talking of British Virginia. I'm not talking of tax-free havens at all. If I open up a company in UK, I may end up paying around 20% tax. In the same in India, if I am opening up a company, I will pay anything between 25% tax, and on the dividend income and on my income, on my salary, I will be paying 40% tax. While in Singapore, on the individual income, the tax is still lower.
No, he's absolutely wrong.
So I honestly believe that what I am suggesting is, what I am suggesting is
there is a 3-year tax holiday
because it will help to retain India's income in India. And I am not talking of a tax holiday. I am just saying that
there's
on the global income, on your global income, the tax
there's a
should be at
3-year
the
tax
global
holiday
levels.
on startups.
And I think what I'm
All
saying
startups
is
get a 3-year tax holiday. It has
not
never
talking
happened
of a
in the
tax
world
holiday
before.
also.
Sir?
I'm telling you what's happening here. Forget what you're talking about. You have a tax holiday.
Also.
The gift city, the concept of the gift city is an excellent concept. The same Dubai that Piruz keeps talking about twice, he's already spoken about it. They have the Jebel Ali economic zone. They created these economic zones. India's getting there. We have created economic zones. We have created the gift city. For God's sake, cut India some slack. We are not this draconian economic monster that some of these people keep making India out to be. I mean, I think it's a ridiculous argument. Continuously burnished by only one thing. Oh, we are paying less tax in Britain. We are paying less tax in Fiji. If this is your level of nationalism, if this is your level of belief, God bless you. More power to you. But do not taint the entire country with this brush of greedy capitalism, which makes them escape the very country they were born into and made money from. Where is your sense of economic gratitude, if nothing else?
And I have come back to India.
Okay.
Just over 3 years ago. So let me tell you that it's not everybody who works and lives abroad or who has a tax domicile abroad is a crook. First of all, I think let's make that first thing clear. Second is that, I think let's look at an example of Morris Chang. Morris Chang grew up in America. He worked at Texas Instruments, but in 1987, he was induced to come back to Taiwan, and actually not even come back, to come to Taiwan really for the first time. And he set up TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, which is today the world's largest semiconductor manufacturer by a long way. It produces 86% of the highest end microprocessors used around the world. So he was attracted back. Now, we have, in India, we already have an effective 17% tax rate for new manufacturing units. That is competitive with Singapore, completely competitive.
Correct.
But an entrepreneur who sets up that manufacturing unit and is domiciled in India will pay 37.5% personal income tax. So there's a loophole. Most of the income will be shown as corporate income rather than individual income. But the point is that there should not be, I mean, just from the point of view of normal tax compliance and the rationality of tax rates, there should not be such a wide gap between the top marginal personal income tax rate and the corporate tax rate. So the corporate tax rate, of course, is 25% for most. It is 17% for new manufacturing units, but there is still a very wide gap between the corporate tax rate and the personal income tax rate, and that is an anomaly. Exactly. That is an anomaly that results in an opportunity to evade. So
I think we need to take a break.
It is a significant point, and also, I think if we want to attract back the likes of Maurice Chang, for instance, think about Vinod Dham, the man who created the Intel Pentium chip.
The chip.
Why should someone like him or others who have worked for Intel and AMD and others not be attracted back to India to help create an infrastructure of new companies and startups that will help make us globally competitive?
If I could come in. One is where we stand and the destination we are looking forward.
I think Piruz both for staying a little longer and for generating a fairly interesting debate which got reactions from all of us here. It's food for thought, but Piruz, there's an election coming up, and I think what the government's talking about, Gyan, which is Garib, Youth, Annadata and Nari. We are going to put in a heavy amount of capex spending and all that, but I think Prime Minister Modi's got the big picture beautifully right. Put in a lot of money from the top and strengthen all the categories, not only for vote share. Yeah, strengthen all the categories that actually contribute to the demographic growth of the country. So the demographic dividend that this country is belongs to people who are also much stronger, the poor, the farmers, and women, and the youth. I think this is very clear strategic thinking out here.
Brace yourselves for a revolutionary leap into the world of news with the Republic World app. We are not merely presenting a news app. We at Republic TV are ushering in a new era of digital news consumption. The Republic World mobile app has the essence of power of breaking news and the heartbeat of our impactful shows seamlessly integrated into a singular dynamic platform for you. Join us, viewers, in an experience that goes beyond conventional news reporting. Don't merely witness the news, become a part of it. Download the Republic World app, now available on both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.